welcome to Bright Horizons with
Deb
and
and
Jim.
Hola and buenos dias, everyone. Happy Friday.
Buongiorno a tutti.
All right. We hope you're having a great morning, and we're glad to be back.
Yes,
Jim,
another wonderful
our top,
week.
yes, they're flying by the days and the weeks, and we're so close to Thanksgiving and Christmas, everybody. So,
A beautiful Veterans Day yesterday.
yes,
There
yes,
there were
God
actually
bless.
parades. Did you see there were parades?
Yep.
I love it.
I think it is just so awesome. All the dedication, more and more dedication to the veterans. It's just a beautiful, beautiful.
I think yesterday there was
heartfelt.
actually one in Stewart, Florida, which is
Yep.
north of us here.
I was
And
watching
then
what's on the news.
Palm
Yeah.
Beach or West Palm Beach had one, which is wonderful. So we salute all their veterans. And I
So
wanted to
all of
highlight
you, we love you. God bless you.
my cousin Bernard yesterday. I received this video. Look at how
Aw.
patriotic they have the table set.
Oh, how nice! I love
He
that.
served in World War II.
Did he? Oh, God bless you. Mwah.
God bless you,
We love you.
Bernard. And I wanted to mention there's an organization called Honor Flights where they fly veterans to Washington, D.C. Have you heard of
I
that?
heard of that. Yes, I most certain. In fact, last night I heard. I was watching the news.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They mentioned that?
Yep.
Well, Bernard was
Wonderful.
actually flown there. All expenses paid. That you spend a
Oh,
day
how
there.
nice.
And they bring you to all the
Wow.
memorials that are a wonderful experience.
They were discussing
And
it in
we're
the
so
news.
excited that
Absolutely. I thought it was
Bernard had the
awesome.
chance to do that.
What a great experience.
Yes.
Okay.
So we thank all our World War II veterans. My
Yes.
father was a World War II veteran. All his brothers were served, and they keep us free, and that's what we love, our freedom.
That's right. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. Absolutely.
And do we have birthdays or anniversaries?
Well, I would like to shout out to my brother David and his wonderful wife Debbie. Happy anniversary.
Happy
They just
anniversary!
had it a few days ago. Mwah. Love you both, and continued love and growing together as the years go by.
That's terrific.
I don't have any and if I apologize once again. I say it every week if I've forgotten you, but anyway.
Happy birthday
happy
to those who
birthday
celebrated
to those and happy
birthdays.
anniversary, right? And our
If,
topic
if,
today.
if Marilyn were here, she would sing happy birthday for
That's
us.
right. Well, I can still sing it without the big hair. Well, I still have the big hair.
Look how colorful Deb's blouse is. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. I love it. I go into my closet and try to find. I have like the same.
You've got almost every
classic.
color in there.
I know,
It's
right?
really pretty.
Thank
Yes,
you, Jim.
Yes,
Thank
look
you.
how bright and
Yes.
cheerful, right?
Well, our topic today is going to be
Young at heart.
young at heart. You know, I was driving home last week and I heard on the radio the song from Frank Sinatra, Good Old Blue Eyes. We all know it. To be young at heart, and I thought, wow,
The lyrics.
what a great
I love those
topic
lyrics.
to talk about,
Should we
right?
sing now or should we wait?
We could sing right now.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm not going to sing without our.
Tambourine.
Okay, fairy tales
Can
can
come
come
true.
true. It
Can
can
happen to you
if you're young at heart. For
For
it's hard, you will find,
to
to
be
be
narrow
narrow
of
of
mind.
mind.
If you're young at heart,
you can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. And life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive to 105, look at all you derive out of being alive. And here is the best part. You've had a head start if you are among the very young at heart.
Those
Woo!
lyrics, I just
Aren't they
love them.
beautiful? I'm glad that you suggested that we sing now. Young at heart, a perfect topic. And you know,
You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams. You
That's
gotta have
right,
laughter.
that's
We
right.
discussed that before with
Yes.
happiness and laughter.
yes,
You have to be able to do that.
that's right.
Just-
Laughter is timeless for
yes.
crying out loud, and its imagination has no age. And dreams are forever. Who said that? Walt Disney.
And you can always find humor in almost
Yes.
everything. You know, so
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
so important to keep that.
Yes.
And life gets more exciting with each passing day. Life ahead of us, no matter how many years we have. There's so
Right.
much opportunity and excitement ahead
You
of
know what
us.
I've learned, and I really, and I just felt it the other day, and it really hit me hard because I was kind of in a funk, in a good funk, in a good way. It's just like we have our ups and our downs, and what you think is going to be ahead of you, we don't know.
Right.
We can't perceive it, but yet in our mind we kind of create
Right?
some type of an imagination of our own. I don't know why we do this. I know I do it.
Everyone does. Yes.
See, so, and I'm thinking to myself, the next day I'm thinking, you know, it's not bad, Deb. why were you thinking what you were thinking?
Right.
And it is, again, laughter is timeless.
You have to
You've got
dispel the
to-
negative thoughts and keep the positive thoughts in
Right.
our head.
I printed out some quotes, and I can go on and on, but it says right here: "Wrinkles must be written upon our brows. Let them not be written upon the heart.
That's good. I like that
The
one.
spirit should never grow old," and that's by James A. Garfield. There's so many of them.
That's
They're
president.
wonderful.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, age is a number. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't matter how
It
old
sure
you are.
is.
You're-
In fact, one of our agents here in the office, some time ago, he's no longer with us, unfortunately, Dan Jansen.
Yes.
And he used to say it often. I used to get the biggest kick out of it because he made me realize that it's so true. He says, it's not getting old. He says, Deb, growing up, it's growing up. He says, it's really tough growing up. So I just always had that. It remained in my mind,
Right.
and it stuck in my heart. It is true. It's not getting old. It's
No,
a number.
our body changes, but we're still the same inside.
Yes, I laugh the same. I mean,
Yes. Are you any different from when you were 20?
No,
inside?
except
Same.
maybe bigger. Weight wise, no. Anyway, that comes-
Inside, you're the same person.
Inside, last night we were watching a show, Greg and I, and now they're coming out with all the commercials of the Kohl's department store, all the gift giving, and
Yes, for
Amazon
Christmas.
Prime Time, all that. So a commercial came on about Play-Doh, and I said to Greg, I said, "Oh, I still love that." And if I had Play-Doh, I'd be like, "Oh, let me play." I mean, I play right then and there
Right.
because that's a child. in me.
Creative. That's a
Yeah.
creative streak.
I love it. I
Have
love
you
it.
been painting or anything lately?
Not as much as I would like to, but I enjoy that so much, as you know.
Yes.
I love to draw and paint, and and sing and write.
And
but,
what about finishing the book? You still
I'm still working on that, and that's with my baby shaker tree,
right?
the cockapoo.
How much do you have
So-
left on that?
I'm going to say a little bit in the middle, towards the middle, and I'm going to do maybe 3 more chapters because I've kind of hit every plateau
Right.
of his life,
Right.
and I feel it's enough. I think if it's too much, it's not really it's considered a child's book, but it's my fur baby,
Right.
if that makes sense.
It's so important, no matter how old you are, if you're creative in any direction, music, play a musical instrument,
Yes.
sing. We could all sing joyous praise. Art. I mean, there are so many
Isn't
things
that
you can
great?
do, and don't
We're
limit
so
yourself.
fortunate.
Don't limit
Right,
yourself by your age.
right.
Age. The age is not a factor.
We don't grow older, we grow riper.
Right. But I like how Dan said we grow up.
Yes, he
you
says
keep-
it's tough growing up, Deb.
Yes, we keep growing up.
And I just loved it, and as I say, he's no longer here, but every time I think of growing older, I don't think of growing older, I think of growing up.
Right.
So, Dan, God bless you, and
Yes.
thank you for that.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, he said, I don't believe in aging, I believe in forever altering. What? Anyway, yeah, so to be young at heart is a great thing, and it falls into place with everything else that we go through on a daily basis. Growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. Let's put
There
it
are
that
some
way.
people that you think of that just love life and that there's a gusto about them.
Yeah.
The first
I
one
love
I
it.
met was when I was working in New York City. Her name was Ann Struven. She was the president of a company that I worked for, and she really even said about herself, "I have a zest for life, all the time, out."
Outspoken, that's wonderful to see.
Just really enjoyed all aspects of life, and you see people like that, and you say that's really someone who you will want to emulate because the experiences are what it's all about.
Yes,
So be
yes,
out and
yeah.
about and experience it. My beloved Barbara was the same way.
Aw.
Always out. I mean, there was nothing that she wouldn't do, and she loved being out with people,
That's nice.
culture, museums,
Yep.
philanthropic organizations. It's just you could be so involved in so many different directions.
Yes,
It's
and
beautiful.
the networking of people
Yes.
you can meet, that makes such a difference. That one person you meet on a daily basis.
That
whoever it
interaction
may be,
is so
right.
important.
Right.
You want to be out
Right.
with people because isolation is not good for anyone.
Not
and
at all.
sometimes people tend to isolate themselves.
Very true.
Maybe not voluntarily and intentionally, but they do sometimes do that. And sometimes health issues arise.
True.
But
true.
you really need to make an effort to be around people because and young people. I love being with my niece and nephews.
I know you do, and you
Yes.
always emphasize that, and I love hearing it too. And that's how I feel. I mean, unfortunately, I can't be with my nieces because they're up in Pennsylvania as much as I'd like to.
You can
But
FaceTime with them,
true,
which
true.
is nice.
But
Yes.
I just feel like, oh gosh, and time does fly by, but it's wonderful to be young at heart. And I feel like it was yesterday
But they
that
say
they
the
were in
cutest
kindergarten.
thing.
They do.
say the cutest things. I'm
They
talking
do.
about the ages like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Right,
11, 12,
right.
13. That mid-range
Yes.
where they're still innocent. There's an innocence about
They're
them.
very innocent, and
And-
they think that everything is just cool the way it is.
Yes.
It's like, okay, what I said is the way it is.
And there's that beautiful curiosity. And that we have to maintain that also. We want to be curious no matter how old we are, about things and discover new things. It's just so important in our lives.
It really is, Jim. Yeah. And we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing, basically.
Right. So
That's
even
why I mentioned the
sports.
Play-Doh commercial. I remember hopscotching as a young girl and jump roping. If I had good knees, I'd be up there jump roping every day.
Well, people do that.
But
they use those
I can't
jump
even
ropes.
bike ride anymore. Darn. No, but anyway, it's all in the mind. And I was thinking how excited. Think about when you would go to, like, on vacation after school would be let out. And remember the song by Alice Cooper? Oh my gosh. School's
Out for summer.
For summer. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, we always felt so good.
And we got so
Summer
excited.
vacation.
Summer vacation. Just think about that excitement that you're going to
Because
go on
there was
vacation.
so much that we could do.
Right. You're out of school and now you can relax.
Not
have
in a
fun.
regimen of being in
Right.
class. Yes.
And that's to be young and I still get that way. I get very giddy. And, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. And even when you're down,
Yes.
The other day I had tears. Like I said, I was into a funk. Something had occurred and it upset me. And I'm human. And I thought, well,
Yeah, you have to experience it and
and
then
I
move
said
on.
to myself,
Yeah.
stop. And, I was having a self-talk with myself. I'm sitting there saying, Deb, stop the tears. I'm going like this. Stop it. What's wrong with you? Stop it.
And then what did Deb say?
And then Deb said, no more tears again. But you know what? Then I took a little tissue and I said, all right, I'm good. And then I thought about my happy place. I said, okay. And I got over myself very quickly. And I am young at heart. And
See?
I love to be young at
That's a
heart.
good advice.
So really and truly,
Experience it and then
get over it real
talk to
quick.
yourself and get over it.
Yeah, and and if you can't get over it on your own, then talk to a friend.
Right.
Talk to your spouse,
Right.
anyone that you feel comfortable with. Talk.
Because
Get
it's
it out.
always nice to
Get
have
it out.
another perspective.
Absolutely, because you think that your perspective is one way and you're not looking at it properly because your mindset isn't in the proper set at that moment because of what you're going through emotionally, whatever it may be.
And I think sports are important too because you also usually have an interaction. Although you
Right.
could be a runner, but just being out, it invigorates you. And gets that heart racing. It's so important. We don't want to be, sedentary
Right.
and not moving our bodies and pushing ourselves. That's
Right,
important.
absolutely, Jim.
Yeah.
You're so, and you work out all the time.
Yes.
He's so wonderful. You're so health conscious. Oh my goodness gracious, I need to really be more so like that.
But that's going to help
conscientious
us
of
be
being
young at
healthy.
heart.
Yes.
It will.
Yes.
Oh, so much so.
Christmas is around the corner. Jim and I were talking about our shows, and I know that throughout the years I've kept Hallmark figurines and the dolls that you collect through.
Yes.
And you put like the double D batteries in. The Snoopy collection. They're just wonderful. I've kept them in such great shape because I've kept them in a Rubbermaid bucket, and I protect them, and they're so joyous to watch.
And don't tell anybody, but we're going to be going to Deb's house for Christmas.
Yes.
So you'll see some of these.
Yes, you will.
We want to build up the anticipation.
I'm going to decorate. I'm so excited. I'm like a little child. It's coming out to be young and hard. I want
So
this
all of
ringing
you-
and that bell ringing and bing, 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 and boop. boop,
All of you will have some insight into Deb's holiday festivities.
I don't decorate like I used to once upon a time. Like
But I love those characters.
Aren't they fun?
Yes.
I have like Snoopy at the piano, and they're just wonderful, and they just bring so much happiness to my heart.
Yes.
And I've got they're under the tree, and then they're here and there, and
Right.
Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, and I used to decorate to the point where my dad, when he was alive, would say, "Deb, you really need to charge admission," but I stopped that because you got to
Well,
remember, whatever you put up, you got to take
That's
down. It's a
true.
lot of work.
But you do have children in your neighborhood, so you could charge admission to that.
I guess so. Oh boy, yeah. It's a pleasure to walk around the neighborhood and see everybody's just wonderful labor of love, what they do
Yes.
with their homes, their
That's
lights.
another way to be young at heart. Look at beautiful Christmas decorations.
Yes, go around, and they have the beautiful light shows this time of year. The boat show, the Christmas. Is there a Christmas show? And
There's a boat show. Yes.
A boat show.
Around December 8th or
there was
so, they
something
have
else I
a
was thinking.
Christmas
Anyway,
parade.
yeah.
They have a
Thank
Christmas
you,
parade.
Christmas parade. But all
People
of that,
decorate their boats and they travel around
Beautiful,
here on that
beautiful.
particular night. It's wonderful to see that.
Yes, they used to have years ago, if you recall. Remember the National Enquirer
Yes.
in Lantana?
Yes, the tree.
They
the
had
largest
the tree, the
in
largest
the world.
tree. And
decorated.
my mom and I and my sister Holly, I mean, just a couple of us would go, and we would it was like a little winter wonderland. You'd go through and you felt like you were at the
Yes.
North Pole,
Yes.
the South Pole. They had it set up in such a way that it led you to the arrival of Santa. And it was
trying
a
to
winter
remember, did you
wonderland.
drive through or walk through?
You walk through.
I walked through, okay.
You walk through. It was so fabulous, and they had that for years. And when they stopped doing that, I was
Yes.
so disappointed
Yes.
because I was excited to, see that.
Young at heart.
Young at heart.
We're always children at Christmas.
That's
Brings
right.
back so many beautiful
Remember
memories.
jumping up and Santa Claus is going to bed. Santa Claus is coming to town. And I'd be my brother and I'd be jumping up and down on the bed. David, I know you watch these shows and you'll agree, you'll probably laugh. But I remember the one year when I saw my dad putting together Vanity. I thought, that's not Santa Claus. That is not Santa Claus. But that's my dad. Okay. I didn't really, I kind of let it go and I still believed. I still believe in Santa
Yes.
Claus. Are you kidding me? Hey, listen.
Well,
It's in here and
Santa
it's in here.
appears in a lot of different situations.
That's
so
right.
We'll highlight some of those as Christmas approaches, but it's wonderful to have that belief. I believe.
Yes.
We believe.
It's like, I think I posted something, I know I posted something on Facebook the other day. Things come to you at the right time.
Right.
And that's
When
sort
you
of
need
like,
them.
exactly,
When
you
you
need
need
them. And there's a reason for everything. So, to be young at heart.
And camaraderie is so important. And Deb often talks about her experiences in restaurants. It's so beautiful to experience that with other people, to be around other people. And I love your story about that woman that you met waiting to go into the restaurant. After a little while, she brought you food.
Oh, you remember that?
Yes.
I will tell you what, I was never so, I was so
Be
amazed.
Touched. Be touched by
My
people.
heart was just, thank you, touched. I looked at Greg, I said, who does this?
Right.
She literally went out of her way. We were standing in line together, waiting to get into the restaurant, and we just started talking. And I felt like I've known her all my life. And we're sitting there, Greg and I, and we don't know where she and her husband had gone, but all of a sudden she appears and she goes, "I wanted to bring you some lobster tails because I knew that you said that you loved, the seafood." And I
What a
thanked her.
beautiful heart.
And we exchanged phone numbers, and we have been in touch. Where it's just amazing how that happens. A beautiful heart.
That makes me think of Touched by an Angel. Remember that TV show?
Oh, I used to watch
Yes.
that, Jim.
The message was
And
beautiful.
then Stairway to Heaven.
And
was
it's
it?
true.
With Michael
Yes, Landon.
Landon. Was it Stairway to
Yeah.
Heaven?
I think Stairway.
Or was it not Stairway to Heaven? I'm thinking about Led Zeppelin.
Right,
song.
but there was something about a
But
stair.
Touched by an Angel. What a fabulous, fabulous.
Yes.
Oh,
Because those
what a
things
great
happen to us all the
series.
time. It's
Yes,
just beautiful.
touched by an angel.
Yes.
I have been touched by my angel,
Well,
and I've been touched by lots of angels in my life.
I was going
And
to say
thank
there
God.
are angels on earth
Yes.
that we come across so frequently, and we want to recognize that they're angels.
Absolutely. And has it happened? I know it has. Here I'm saying hasn't happened. But when you are with somebody or you just happen to meet somebody for the first time, they'll say something that will strike a nerve.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you'll say, well, gee, that reminds me of so-and-so. Whether that person's with you here on earth or maybe they passed away. And then they walk away and I'm thinking, I bet you that was the angel.
Yes.
That was them.
Yes.
That's happened to me
That reminds
many
me.
of times.
Yesterday, I had lunch with Deb Doherty and Barbara Heilman,
Nice.
and they watched this, so I'd like to say hello to them. It was
I-
a delightful lunch, but they are two angels too. When I think
Aw.
about this, Deb Doherty
I see
started
what
that
she
charity.
does. She's amazing.
It's
Deb.
called
You really
DDS
are.
for Vets, Dedicated Devoted Solutions for
I
Veterans.
saw that, Deb. Beautiful.
And I mentioned that we had a gala October 16th. They raised $135,000 for veterans.
Fabulous, Deb. Great job.
And they'll be utilizing that to purchase service dogs for disabled veterans.
That
And
is so
I just
nice.
get chills when I
That
hear
is
that.
so nice.
And Deb started that. That was just a thought in her head. I wanted to start
well,
an
there
organization.
you are, you angel. I just love it.
And that gala had over 300 people. She's already planning next October 8th at the Hutchinson Shores Resort. Expects to have at least 400 to 500 people at that gala. And it was just
and
so
you will,
touching.
Deb, probably
Yes.
even more.
Yes,
With
you
your
are
lovely
an angel.
dedication. That's wonderful.
Just that's her life now is devoted to veterans, and they're up in Port St. Lucie. That's where Deb lives, and it's wonderful the organization that she's built of people. They have daily or weekly breakfasts now with veterans, and they provide services for veterans. It's just so beautiful. She's really an
That's
angel.
special. Here, and I would say so, Deb.
Yes.
And, anything that comes from your heart in that aspect,
Yes.
that is.
Now
just
she's going to be a
blessing.
guest on our show. I asked her if she'll be a guest sometime, and she
Hardly
said she
wait,
will.
Deb.
I
Great.
said, "You're going to come down from Port St. Lucie?" She said, "You bet. I'm up at 4:00 in the morning, so it's no problem
right,
for me to
Deb.
be there." And then Barbara Heilman is a wonderful person, and she's helped thousands of people. She's another angel, And she's
I know
got,
Barbara. Yes,
yes,
yes.
and she said she'll be a
She's
guest on
lovely.
our show
Great,
too.
Barbara. Looking
So we
forward
look
to
forward.
it.
So we really have some wonderful guests lined up. We did have a guest for today, but unfortunately she was ill. But she'll be
Yeah.
coming soon. You know, we've got quite a lineup. You know,
Yes,
and
yes.
Marie Pinchmit, you were our first
Marie,
guest.
absolutely. You're our first guest, and every week we mention out of Marie's
yes.
book, or I should say,
I
Jim,
have that wonderful book.
your ever
Yes.
loving out
And
of
talk
my
about
mind
young at
and
heart.
into your heart.
And talk about heart, young at heart.
This book
Yes.
is so spot on for every topic we talk about. But
and
for
you,
today,
and you can get this at Amazon, by the way.
yes,
Out of My Mind and Into Your Heart, which is appropriate for us, Marie Pinchmit.
right.
And she is young at heart. And you know what she
She's
mentions?
a lot of fun, Marie. She
art,
really is.
art and music. And she's an author, writing. That really,
She plays piano.
yes,
Just amazing.
that
lady.
keeps you young. And we appreciate you, Marie. You know, our friendship is
When I
beautiful.
first met you, Marie, we've spoken on the phone. I
Yes.
felt like I've known you all my life, and I know we have.
So we have another
Especially-
essay.
Okay, here we go.
It's called Aging,
Aging.
which is
All right.
appropriate for us today. And this paragraph I thought was very apropos. We will never find contentment until we learn to control our own mind and heart. We must reject the opinion of others and listen to our own voice. Let the music of your heart ring out. Let your eyes feast on the beauty all around you.
Very nice. Beautiful.
Let it ooze from your fingertips at the easel, the piano, the
Oh, I
pencil,
love
and the
that.
paper.
Oh,
Listen and pay close attention to the thoughts from your own mind and release them before they disappear into the maelstrom of public opinion.
I love it.
Be what you were born to be. Be what you are inside and listen to what your heart knows is true.
Oh, Marie,
Isn't
that
that
is
beautiful?
so awesome. I
Thank
love
you,
that.
Marie. Your insights are just
Aren't they great?
so touching.
Whoever has an opportunity to go on Amazon
Yes.
and
Out
you
of my
love
mind
this,
and into
please,
your heart.
I mean, this will make your day. Talk about not just being young at heart, but to keep you motivated. Even the app that I have on my phone called
Yes.
I Am.
Yes.
Go to the Apple Store and get the app I Am. It's fabulous. It'll introduce several during the day quotes to keep you going positive.
Marie has 360 essays and poems in here. So
360.
you can just pick, you know, you have a few minutes, you pick up the book, you read something inspiring. And the topics are so varied, as you can tell. Every topic we speak about, there's something in here that's relevant.
Always.
So
And
I really
I know
encourage
even Marie said
you.
that she was surprised, right, Marie?
Yes,
She was surprised.
but we always find
I don't
something.
know what you're going to find out in my book, she says every week, you know?
We love you, Marie.
Oh, we do. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Well,
She's the epitome of young at heart.
isn't she, though?
Yes,
Yes.
just and beautiful. And I met her through the newspaper that I'm the editor. She's a
See,
writer
again,
and wonderful writer.
Getting out there,
Beautiful
meeting people,
essays,
as you had
yes.
just alluded to earlier.
Yes.
Right. You know, the turning point in the process of growing up, I'm reading this, is when you discover the core of strength within you that survives all hurt.
That's what Marie
And that's
just.
by Max Lerner. And Marie, again, that's
Yes.
why I turned to this page. Same thing, right
Yes.
there, right,
Yes.
spot
It
on.
comes from inside.
Spot on.
Yes, and your heart. It's so important.
Right.
And I mentioned to you that on TV I had seen there was a sort of a romantic comedy, but the one character was reading a love letter from her father who had passed to her, you know, as the daughter. And in it he said, "Lead with your heart."
Lead with
And
your
it's
heart.
so true with relationships we're talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
to lead with your heart. And even in business, you
Lead
need
with
that
your heart.
human element, you know, to be successful. You have to feel what your employees or staff feel, or
right.
your associates feel.
Put yourself
That's
in
so
their
important.
position, yes,
Yes.
and be
Can't be-
balanced and just understand that,
Right.
you know, maybe they're not having a great day at that moment, you know, and maybe you want things to be a certain way, but work together, get it done together.
Yeah, and their input is so important. You know,
Without their input, there would be
yes.
no business.
you
as far
can't
as I'm
be you
concerned.
can't be a
Right.
robot.
Right,
You know,
right.
you have to take advantage of those emotions of all those people around you, whether it's
Right.
business or a relationship. You know, it's
Right.
just beautiful.
And it's nice when you have, like, when I come here to the office, you know, this is like my second family. It's
Yes.
my office family, you know, and it's a wonderful thing. And, you know, I was thinking, too, Jim, how blessed we really are, because we are able to come to you live, do our show, experience on a daily basis, whether it's a holiday or a birthday, what have you, new and in challenging circumstances, good, bad, and different. But meeting the people that make a difference in our life, and that's why we come with that song, "What
Right.
a Difference a Day Makes,"
Right.
because it is true. A difference comes with every single thing that we think, do, and even perceive in our minds. So it's very, very strong. The meditation factor, you get universal all the way. What I'm getting at is you could think something and put it out there in the universe,
Right.
and if you stick with it, guess what? It's going to flourish.
Another person who enjoys life is my sister Angela, who I've encouraged her to be a
I
guest on
have,
our
you
show.
know, I have got Angela. I want you on this
But
show.
she's reluctant. She said,
Why? I would love to have
I know.
her.
I feel that she has a lot to offer from the perspective of a mother, a teacher.
Aw.
She was a teacher. There's so much that we can learn from each other. So we're encouraging you to be on
A
our
teacher
show,
you
Angela,
must.
so everybody
Oh.
can see you. But she loves life. It's her laughter.
I've
My
seen
mother
pictures.
was like that too. Her laughter would light up a room.
I love that.
My sister,
I love
the
it.
same thing. She's just got that personality where
Isn't that great? The
everybody
sunshine.
attracted,
Right.
gravitates toward her. And there are
She's
just
a
certain
magnet.
people,
It's
yeah,
just
like
there.
you.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in a room, the jovial
Aw.
spirit, people love that, and they gravitate toward people that are like that. So
I love to be happy.
appreciate that.
You know,
yes.
and hey, listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in my life. But as I was saying, it is such a blessing to know the people in our lives. You know, the mere aspect of having friends that are like family is such a
Right,
blessing,
right.
and we take so much for granted, and we should not, because it's just there are
And
just
that's the beauty of friendship. You know,
Right.
you
There are
can
just so
develop
many
that to the same
circumstances.
extent of a family love. There are just certain people that really touch you, which we're going to have more guests who I'm thinking about. Virginia Spencer is another one.
yes.
The heart, talking about a heart, young at heart. I mean, she started Illustrated Properties Charities.
Virginia's the best.
Yes.
Do you know what I
raise
love
money.
about her?
Yes.
Every chance she gets, she sends like a funny poem to me
Yes.
or something motivating.
To brighten your day.
Just to brighten your day. And
Yes.
just as of yesterday, Virginia, if you're watching, and even if you're not, I just love you so much
Yes.
because she just brings to the table. It's like, she called me yesterday and said, "Did you know what I was thinking about?" She said, "I just want to see how you're doing." But that's how she is. She's caring, warm. She's like,
Yes.
"Okay, Mom, I love you. Okay, have a good day. If you need me, call me." She's always been that
But
way.
multiply that by hundreds. She's
She's just amazing.
She loves so many people. I mean,
And she's
so
so
many
genuine.
people feel that
She really
love.
is, yes.
So you will be meeting Virginia
Young at
Spencer.
heart, and she speaks from the
Yes.
heart. So
And you'll meet
we love you.
Virginia because she's agreed to be a guest on our show also. Just so many inspiring people
I
we're having.
know, I know, a lot of it.
Guests.
And you know, we really want to hear from you too, and we get such positive feedback.
Yes.
I spoke to, I don't know if Mary Walsh is watching, but Mary Walsh used to be the office administrator at our Manalapan office, and I was telling Jim that the other day I had contacted Sotheby's Real Estate, that's where Mary is.
Yes.
Anyway, we got to talking, and she says, "Dad, Marilyn, I saw your show," and I started to laugh, and it's such a wonderful feeling to know that we're able to reach out to you and make you smile, put a smile on your face, whether we're dressed up or whatever topic it may be. So Mary Walsh, thank you for that compliment, and thank you for being a part of our show and watching, and
Yes.
you know, just throw us direct
Yeah.
anything that
We
you want us to talk
appreciate
about.
the topics. Bobby Miller, we thank you
Right,
for the suggestions.
Bobby Miller, all.
Bobby's another one that's a very young at heart. She always has a beautiful smile. She's personable. She attracts people. Another person. So send us more ideas, Bobby, about topics for our show.
We can't
love
get
them.
enough.
Yes.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
please share our show with other people. We're on YouTube also. We have Bright Horizons with Deb and Jim. You can find us on YouTube. My website, jameschaffee.com. So we really appreciate that when you do share this with other people and bring more joy. We wanna
That's
bring more
right. You
joy.
can't get enough joy.
Bright Horizons.
That's right. And we have a lot of joy with the Christmas holiday coming up. So, boy, we're going to be singing some music. Woo-hoo.
Yes. So we got
Remember
a special
caroling?
video. Special
That's
video
right.
planned.
Remember caroling?
Yes. Christmas carol.
I loved going around caroling. Not that I
Yes.
did it much, but I did.
Did you do it here in Florida?
A little bit. Then I stopped
Yeah.
because nobody would do it with me. So I didn't want to go by myself.
We had a group that
So-
in North Palm Beach, we had a group that would go.
I think that is
around
so special.
caroling.
I don't think that should stop. I think that tradition is tradition.
So many people now are so involved
But
in their own life, they
that's-
forget those beautiful
Right, you
traditions.
know,
That was
but-
Christmas caroling was beautiful.
That was a beautiful part of Christmas that I don't want to see end.
Yes, yes.
It's like taking away the song Noel,
Right.
or it's taking away the song, you know, all the Christmas songs. I
Right.
mean, it wouldn't be Christmas. So,
Well, maybe
yeah.
we'll go caroling.
All
this
right.
year.
Okay. And why don't we start a group?
Yes, let us know if you want to be in our caroling group.
Email us, call us, just say, hey Jim, let's carol. And you know what? We could carol without Christmas. We could just say, hi, we're the carolers, and knock on your door. But then again,
Well, we've got
today,
Christmas coming, so we could be the Christmas carolers.
we're coming to you early, live.
And what did this I have a quote also I found.
Good,
which
I
thought
love
was
these
good.
quotes.
You know you're old when you've lost all your marvels. Marvels. You have to marvel at everything.
The marvels. Yes, yes,
It's a
yes.
play on
I
marbles,
love it.
but
I love
marvels. Isn't that true? We want
is
we
true,
want to
Jim.
be curious
Yeah.
and be surprised and just enjoy everything. And that's why I always think of children.
Yep, yep.
They look at things and they're just so joyous and things make
They're
them happy.
so spectacular because they look at you and they find happiness
Yes.
in everything.
So
and
we
they
want
get
to
excited
do
about
that
everything.
too.
You know what show I love is the Andy Griffith Show. Greg and I
Yes.
watch that a lot, and
Very
it's
simple lessons
simple,
about life.
Mayberry, and I just adored. Now Ron Howard, look at him; he's
Yes.
behind the scenes.
Right.
All his life, he's been involved with TV. But when I
Opie.
see
Opie.
Ron Howard, I always liked him,
Yeah.
and I loved him as Opie. That little face, I want to
Yes.
take his juice, and go,
Yes.
so cute. Pa, what do you think? I ain't gonna do that, Pa. And now Opie. Now listen, you're gonna have to go to your room now. I'm not gonna hear that now. But Pa, and they're so
So
innocent.
cute.
But if you watch the Andy Griffith Show, he just opens that little mouth of his, and he says a lot of interesting things. I mean, that's a good example. So if you watch the Andy
A lot
Griffith
of
Show,
those
you know,
older shows were beautiful
Aren't
in
they
that
wonderful?
respect. 'Cause
like the
you look-
Walton family. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
the
the
Waltons.
Waltons was
I used to
wonderful.
watch that all the time. I like the older shows.
My Three Sons. Remember that?
Yes,
Was-
yes. My Three Sons.
My Little
goodness.
Margie.
Oh my gosh.
The Little Rascals.
Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, they were just
Yes.
the innocence and
Family
the
Affair,
simple humor.
Jodie, Buffy,
Yeah.
remember Mr. French?
Just
Oh my
wonderful
gosh,
characters.
great shows. And of
Yes.
course my favorite, the Brady Bunch, we all know that. My crush on Greg, we all know that.
And she married a Greg.
And I married a Greg.
Must have been subconscious
The
in your mind
Brady Bunch.
when you met Greg.
I mean, I remember, I guess so. But, I mean, now, there's not too many Gregs that you do. No, there's not a whole lot of Gregs.
No.
No.
That's true.
Think
Not many
about
people
that,
name their young boys Gregory anymore.
Gregory, well, like Gregory.
Yeah.
I remember going and just being so excited to watch the show on Friday nights.
Yes.
We discuss it at our other shows. But yeah, there's nothing like the older shows. I love them.
And
I
what a
love the
difference-
shows today too.
What a difference a day makes, right?
What a difference a day makes. Always.
Oh, she's reaching
and
for the
you know,
tambourine.
I cannot resist. I don't bring. What a difference a day makes.
24 little hours.
Brought the sun and the flowers.
Where there used to be rain.
What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you. And you and you. You better believe you make a difference. And you
I
better
love how
believe.
you accented with the tambourine. It was
Oh,
wonderful.
okay, well, I just did it because I felt like doing it.
It was
But
good.
you wanted it.
How
know
you
something?
inserted it after each line. It was very clever.
This is. Well, thank you. You're the one with the brilliant mind, the theatrical individual on here. But anyway, you better believe you make a difference in our lives. So,
Yes.
we wouldn't be sitting here and talking to you if you didn't mean everything to us. And we mean that sincerely.
Yes.
So, let your day be bright. Let your day be happy. And if it's sad, just think of maybe something that we've said that could possibly brighten your day.
And you want to keep
Always
Your
keep your
horizons
horizons bright,
bright.
no matter what. And until next week, we love you.
Thank
Have
you,
a
thank
great
you,
day.
thank you. We appreciate you. We always love to see